Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing another custom doll video. This video I'm going to be making Nikki from Obsession. I feel like this movie needs no introduction. Pretty sure everyone has seen the movie by now, but if you haven't, it's basically about a guy who has like a monkey's paw situation where he wishes for a girl to like him, and it just goes a bit crazy from there. So without further ado, let's get started. So I first started off with this doll for her face, this doll for her hair since she has the perfect hair color, and a made to move body. So I feel like this doll was cursed from the start, as when I ripped off her head, the neck peg broke, so her body's just a mannequin now. And then I just cut off her hair with some thread scissors. After that, I scraped the inside of her head with a screwdriver and took out the hair from the inside with tweezers. Now for the hair donor, I cut off her hair as close as I could to the roots, and then began rerooting her. And then when I sealed the plugs from the inside with Fabri-Tac glue, the hair plugs tore, so I ended up scrapping this head. So then I grabbed a new doll head and a new body. And then repeated the same steps as before by cutting off her hair and removing the insides with a screwdriver and tweezers. I also wiped off her face with 100% acetone. Then I painted her scalp brown, and then began rerooting her with some yarn. Then I sealed the hair in with some Fabri-Tac glue and used a Q-tip this time to distribute it. After the glue was dry, I brushed out the yarn with a pet brush and straightened it with a hair straightener. Then put her head back on the body. And here's how she looks. I had these perfect boots in my stock box and I painted them black. Once that was dry, I painted the little silver button details with some silver paint. Next, for her shorts, I initially painted it black, but I didn't really like how that looked, so I just dyed it. And while that was drying, I was working on the shirt, and I printed out a custom pattern onto some stretch cotton, and then sewed the two part together, and then attached the bra part. And here's how her shirt turned out. Now for her necklace, it's actually a little glitter confetti glued onto some gold thread. Now it's time for her face. I sketched out everything with a light brown watercolor pencil and sealed my layers with Mr. Super Clear. So what do you think of this kind of like mini movie renaissance with like banger after banger every week? I just saw Obsession, Backrooms, and even He-Man. That was such a fun surprise, as I didn't really have any kind of much prior knowledge to the franchise beforehand, but it was really fun. It was really goofy. I'm hoping Supergirl is good. I'm really excited for Spider-Man. I also built up the layers and added the eye shines with acrylic paint. Once I sealed up the face, it was time to add the blood. After her face up was done, I just let down her hair, which I braided to give it some waves. And then gave it a trim. Then I added some blood to her shirt. Now for her accessories, of course she needed a little One Wish willow. I found this little template on Reddit and cut it out and folded it together. For the willow itself, it was 3D printed, and I just painted it black and dry brushed it with some brown. And it fits. And lastly, I made this after we took the pictures, but I made her a brick. I 3D printed it out and then mixed some cornstarch with some paint to give it some texture. And then I just dabbed it on to the brick. After I added some shading, I painted the blood on. And then glossed it up. And the brick is done. Now for her photo shoot, Ray and I actually did kind of like a mini obsession trip to Burbank. So our first stop was Horror Vibes Coffee to get the exclusive obsession-themed matcha chocolate strawberry drink. It was actually really good. Next, we went to the Green Man, which is where Bear found the willow. Thank you so much to the staff for letting us photograph her there. And lastly, we ended our night having dinner at Little Tony's. Now, we didn't get the exact seat that they got in the movie, but we did have some great food and was being silly with the doll.
No, no, no.
Now, of course, Nikki needed a box, so I reached out to Emma to create this amazing vintage Barbie mixed with the One Wish Willow inspired box art. We also had the idea to make a 3D element for the willow. Just like the other boxes, I glued it on to some poster board with some rubber cement and double-sided tape. If any of you guys know of like a cheap and quick printing place that prints on adhesive paper, please let me know. I get mine printed at Walgreens because they're super fast and super cheap, but gluing them on to the poster board is not always the strongest, so sometimes it peels and it's not super perfect, but it does the job. For the insert, I just repeated the same steps. Then I cut it all out. And folded everything together. Repeated the same steps for the little pop-up thing. which I tied the one wish willow to. Then I just had to put a Nikki, and she was done. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!